Good morning, Sainers. Welcome to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Welcome to Saints TV Weekly for March 20th. It is a good one. Footy is back, Sainers. Footy is back. And as you can tell with the smile on my face, it was a good day at the office for the St Kilda Football Club this weekend. But before we get into that, just want to mention Inglewood Coffee Roasters. They are the sponsor of Saints TV Weekly for 2023. So thank you to them again for sponsoring the videos. You can go to inglewoodcoffeeroasters.com.au. This is the new Columbia blend. Raspberry, acidity, orange, red cordial, and lemon. Very interesting, but I've got it right here ready to go. And it's pretty damn delicious. So you can get 30% off or 40% off actually now. So pretty good deal, Sainers. So go on over to the website and use the code and yeah, you'll get some coffee. All right, so straight into the good news. We got the 4 points. We got the bloody 4 points against Fremantle. That was excellent. That was such a good game. It was low scoring. It was tight, but you could see this new style that Ross Lyon has put into the boys, that he's seemingly already ingrained into the boys, because it looked quite natural for most parts of that game, which was great. We stopped Fremantle from moving the ball quickly. They had to chip it side to side, which is evident when you look at their stats. The top 7 players on the ground had a ridiculous amount of marks, and they were all Fremantle defenders. I think Brennan Cox was number 1 with 20, which is a record. So we let them do what they wanted in the back half, but when they tried to get the ball forward, we suffocated them, turned the ball over, and did our best to hurt them going the other way. And you just kind of wonder how much bigger the margin could have been if we had someone like Max King or even Tim Membry just at the other end to kick the ball to, because a lot of the times it was Jack Higgins and Butler and the shorter guys that had to get the ball hoofed over their heads, and they competed very well. And there were some clear standouts. Phillip Hope was great on debut. Caminiti battled hard. Brad Crouch was great for me. Mason Wood. Ryan Burns, 27 disposals, if you don't mind. And the back line, Cal Wilkie, led by Cal Wilkie, was just excellent. They stood tall all day. We were undermanned across the ground, missing a lot of good players, and we got the chocolates. So credit to Ross Lyon, credit to the boys for executing that game plan, and credit to the crowd. That was bloody amazing. 23,000, but it sounded like 50, and it was so emotional in that last 5 minutes. We were willing the boys over the line, and that's the sort of St Kilda atmosphere, I guess, that I want to see at the games all year, is that the crowd is another player. The crowd is there to really be that extra motivator for the boys, and it worked perfectly yesterday. And I'm sure that's a big reason as to why we kicked the last 5 goals of the game, and we won the game in the end by 15 points. So that's it. And then we're on to the Doggies next Saturday night, and they got flogged. So who knows what can happen against the Dogs. Pre-game as well was really great. Me, Joycey, and Marshy were in the victory room, and we got to host a social club event. So Joycey and I were up on stage interviewing Seb Ross and Jack Billings. And mini injury update. Seb Ross thinks he's good to go next week, so it could well be a good little inclusion, Seb Ross, into the midfield rotation. So yeah, JB's still a fair way off from what we could tell, but Seb Ross looks pretty good to go next week, which is great. Now, there's a fair bit of departing news. So David Rath is one. He's set to depart the club after accepting a role with Rugby Australia. David Rath has been invaluable to our football department since he crossed over from the AFL ahead of the 2020 season. Obviously, he's been known to be the brains the coaching panel, but now he's got a great opportunity at the Wallabies, and obviously he's got to take that up after being at the Saints for the last couple of years. No doubt he was very, very valuable in our 2020 push to make finals, and obviously worked very closely with Brett Ratton over the last couple of years, and is ready to move on. So good luck to David Rath. Thank you very much for your time at St Kilda. And yeah, hopefully you do some pretty amazing things at Rugby Australia, which I'm sure you will. Now, more departure news. AFLW. It seems like every day there's a new player leaving, which is really annoying. But we've also got some pretty big names in, so we'll just quickly go through that as a quick update. So the first one, Caitlin Greiser is seeking a new home, which is really, really devastating because she's one of my favourite players. She's 24. She's a great goal kicker. She's a great full forward. And I think she's signed with Richmond now. So she's one that is departing. Then there's a trio that are leaving. Lucy Burke, Leah Cutting, and Jess Matten as well will not be offering not be offered contracts next year. So that's not really them leaving. It's just the club making some tough decisions. And Lucy Burke, Leah Cutting, Jess Matten as well. I'm very surprised because I thought she had a pretty good year and she's been a really solid small forward for us. But they've unfortunately not been offered new contracts, but hopefully they'll find a new home in the AFLW world and continue their careers elsewhere. So good luck to them. Then we've got the big signings. We signed two of the Sunshine's finest, and they're heading to Moorabbin, and that is Jess Wardlaw and Serene Watson. So obviously Jessie Wardlaw is a All-Australian and I believe leading goal kicker and just a very, very good player. 23 years old as well. So you lose Caitlin Greiser and you get her. That's a pretty decent swap, if not an upgrade. And then on top of that, we got, Serene Watson, who's a young defender from the Gold Coast as well. So great to have them on board. And then on top of that, we also welcomed Carlton defender Natalie Plain after completing a three-way trade with the Blues and the Tigers. So we lost a lot of players, but we've gained a few pretty exciting ones, which is great to see. Now, on to the Doggies game. So that is Saturday night. So I'll just quickly get the numbers up for you. So that's Saturday, March 25th, 7:25 p.m. against the Dogs. It is a Western Bulldogs home game, so I don't think there'll be a social club event, but there will be hopefully a social club event every home game, and that'll be me and Joycey hopefully up on stage interviewing players or whatnot. Marshy roaming the floors and interviewing fans as well. The Doggies game I'm looking forward to. I think they're going to really want to bounce back hard after their shellacking against the D's. They just didn't show up for the whole game, and we're coming off a pretty good win. So hopefully there's a week where we don't lose any more players. Maybe we regain Seb Ross. Maybe a few others would be nice. See how Windy's going, and then kind of reassess that, because the Dogs have got a massive forward line. They've got the tallest forward line in the competition. Norton, Lobb, Darcy. I'm probably missing a few. They rest English there as well. It's a crazy forward line. Josh Bruce, to mention another one. So that's going to stretch us. But if our pressure's as good as it was yesterday, and we're as effective as we were yesterday going forward and snatching a few goals like we did late, I think we can give it a bit of a shout. So that's the best thing about a Ross Lyon-led team is it doesn't really matter about the personnel. It's just about the execution and the endeavour and how aggressive we go at the ball carrier. And if we did that yesterday, if we do that again, Doggies are going to be in for a tough day and gives us the best chance of winning. Obviously, with limited forward targets, we're going to have to lift in other areas of the ground, and you'd have to say yesterday we did that. So, that's it for the week, Saners. Obviously, news-wise, that's all been really directed at the game on the weekend, and obviously we got the chocolates. If you haven't watched my immediate reaction or my immediate review after the game, that is on the YouTube channel as well. And I've just uploaded the fan cams as well. Marshy got chatting to a lot of Saners post-game yesterday, and obviously all of them were very, very happy about the performance, and they shared their thoughts. So that's on YouTube as well. And quick plug, the Poddy Saints TV podcast is on tonight. So if you've got any questions for us, put them in the comments in this video or just DM them at Saints TV Pod on Instagram. And we'll be back next week for some more Saints TV Weekly, thanks to Inglewood Coffee Roasters. So I'll leave it there, Sainers. Thank you very much for watching. What a great start to the season. That was awesome. Couldn't have been better. And looking forward to dissecting that and more during the rest of the week. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. We want to get to 10,000 this year. So if you enjoy all this content, all this stuff that we're putting out on the socials as well, please subscribe, like, and obviously comment your thoughts and share your feelings about the game and the club. So thanks again, Sainers. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next week for some more Saints TV Weekly. Until then, take care, and as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.